I don't know if we've ever shown you the approach to our farm. Kind of comes down in here. We set in the valley, right at the base of a mountain. Come over our little bridge here. Kind of feel like we're on our own little island because we have a mountain behind us. We have this stream that runs through the property. Got our big willow right there, or at least we just call it the willow. I mean, it looks like a weeping willow, but heard that it's a different species of willow. If you know what it is, we would love to see it in the comments. And then what we call our farmyard, where our goats are. Got the cabin back there up on the hill. And then the mountain pasture that goes up into those trees up there. Let's go see what the girls and our little baby cow are up to. Well, hi, Willow. She just recognized me to say hello. It's our front pasture. Probably next year we're gonna raise broiler chickens like we did in the past. We'll do the method to have some chickens follow our cattle. This will be the corner pasture. We built this really great structure right here. Probably built that last summer to allow them to have some shade and get in from the elements, especially if it rains. So one cow that we have here that I'm coming up on, this is Susie. Susie is a Hereford cow, and Susie is now about 7 years old. Oh girl, you need some fly spray on you. We gotta go get that fly spray, that all natural fly spray that we have. But Susie's a Hereford. She's about 7 years old. Unbelievably sweet. She's been a mom now 5 times. And we plan on trying to see what we can do about getting her pregnant again this year. This is her newest baby. This is Porter. Porter is a steer. Porter is about 4.5, 5 months old now. And he is still nursing off of mom really good. Oh, you guys with the flies, we'll go get that spray and knock these things down. That's one thing about Western North Carolina. We got tons of flies. These things are unbelievable. And we got to really watch. So the one that's coming up here to say hi to the camera, this is Willow. Willow is, we love Willow. Willow, first of all, is like a big outdoor pet. And she she is known as a Randall Lineback. They're called Randall Linebacks because there's this gentleman named Randall back in the 1800s raised these cows. It's a triple purpose cow. And so they are good for milk. They are also good for beef. And then they're also a draft animal. A draft animal means that they are good for being, used to have a yoke tied up to it, and it can actually be used to draw a cart or, pull some form of a plow through the garden and everything like that. But the reason why they're called a lineback is because, as you can see, which she's not allowing me to show, is back behind on her head or on her neck, a big white line runs down her back. So, but yeah, this is the girls in Porter. Well, there goes Eden. Let's see if we can show you him nursing. Girls, you ready to join me? Come on. Willow, Susie. Come on. Quit making out. Come on. Don't kick me now. Slow down, silly. She always gets me every time, guys, when she does that, but she always does, but I know she means well. All right, let's open this for you guys. I'm gonna work with one hand here, but let's turn you guys out onto new pasture. Watch yourself, Willow. Don't want to get you with the gate. Oh, I'm sorry. You okay? Go ahead, have fun. There you go. Bye, Susie. Okay, see you later, Porter. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about a Randall Lineback, like you met with Willow. A Randall Lineback is just a classically amazing cow that we found out. Willow's our first one, and we adore her. She was bottle fed, which means that as a baby, let me back up 1 second and kind of explain about heritage breeds. So heritage breeds are the really forgotten animals. They are the ones that we love to raise on our property. They're the ones that have fallen out of favor for higher production breeds, and we have a heart to raise heritage animals. Now, when it comes to Willow, she was an animal that was brought up with some Holsteins, which are a typical production dairy cow. Think Holsteins are the girls that you see on the Chick-fil-A commercials, right? Like, those are Holsteins. Those are your typical, like, I mean, massive milkers, guys. Like, they can literally make what is represented as gallons of milk, but they make pounds of milk a day. They are unbelievable in the production of milk that they can have. And so anyway, Willow was mixed in with them, and she was bottle fed. So she ended up on this dairy farm in South Carolina and was bottle fed because mom was a milking cow. And unfortunately, with the dairy industry, the babies are pulled away quickly and they have to be fed, you know, whoever's milk. And that's how she was raised. Now, it caused her to actually be a pretty friendly cow. So she, like, you know, got super friendly with human beings because she knew that that's where her nutrition was coming from, and it made her super sweet. And as you can see, I could stand right next to her, and she's like a big outdoor puppy. And so she was sold to 2 other previous owners before we got our hands on her. And now that we have our hands on her, we hope that she just got bred. And so the downside about, like, you know, trying to breed critically endangered animals like this is that it's tough to find a male counterpart. And so we finally have found some folks here in North Carolina, which we're going to work some things out and try to see if we can't get her a boyfriend, a mate, if you will, that we're going to be able to have on the farm too. But she's been bred. We had to do, what we could to help ensure the protection of the species, and because they are critically endangered. I mean, we're talking, like, I think the statistic that we found, if you look up the Livestock Conservancy about animals like this, is that she was one of 200 still registered animals in the United States, I want to say back in 2017 or 2016. So super low amounts of numbers still remain for these types of cows, but Willow's got a home now. So we are going to raise them. We're going to try to see if we can't get another girl out of her, which is called a heifer, turn her into a cow too, meaning that she's been pregnant and has had a baby. And we're going to increase the Randall Linebacks on our farm because that's just what we love to do. Just like Ferdinand. Hi, buddy. Sorry. My shoe scraped. I didn't mean to scare you. Have a good night. The boar side, or the male pig side, of where we raise pigs on the mountain. I have just not had an opportunity since we've been back on the homestead to get up here and knock this stuff back. And so I get to get this all situated, squared away, and ready to go because we have pigs that are coming up on the property. And they're going to be able to root in all of those woods back there. But they're coming to us as babies, maybe 2-3 months old. So I got to knock this all back, make the space simple and livable for them. They're going to live in that red house, which is totally obscured by weeds, but I'll show you as I clean it up how we set up our pig areas to keep them safe from predators and allow them to grow out the way that they need to for us. Pigs are amazing. Pigs do a phenomenal job of cleaning up all of the scraps of, like, you know, our vegetable material that we raise in our garden, and they're just phenomenal for a homestead, and I cannot wait to start showing you how wonderful it is to have pigs on your property. Well, here's the cabin that I was telling you about. This cabin was brought over log by log from a sister county, and the logs date back to the 1890s. Now, the logs on the left side that you can see are the original logs. Unfortunately, the logs on the right side, as this was being transferred, they got stolen. And so new logs had to be created to reproduce them. But this is the log cabin as it was back when we moved, or when it got moved onto the property. So it's a simple open space cabin. And like I said, we're just wondering what we should do with it. It's clean. It just needs to be filled in, serviced, and changed. Tin roof added. What do y'all think? Please let us know, YouTube. What should we do? I am dying to know what we should do with this. This is the view from the deck of the cabin. Get to look down on the barn. You would probably have animals kind of coming up to you and saying hi every morning.